Welcome back, friends, to another The City of Final Fantasy Opera Omnia video. Lids87 here, and friends, Happy New Year! Yay! It's a brand new year, guys. Thank you for all the support you guys have shown me the previous year, and here's to 2020, right? 2020. All right, friends. So in today's video, I will be talking about the global version of the game. I want to be talking about batch 6 of the Crystal Awakenings, but more specifically about Balthier and Cait Sith. But with the next batch of Awakenings, for red we have Freya, blue we have Cait Sith. Green we have Fujin, white we have Thancred, black we have Vivi, and yellow we have Balthier. Now do keep in mind though that we are going to be getting two different banners. The first multi-draw for each banner is going to be free. So the first multi-draw is free. That's essentially 10k worth of gems. Thank you, Square. And of course, we will be getting a raid co-op with this. So happy farming. I'm probably going to farm these for the orbs. Now, the first banner is going to be Thancred and Vivi with their EX weapons. Now, I will say this right now, friends. Unfortunately, the only one of these characters that does see a EX plus in the future, now this is already in the burst era, is going to be Vivi, and he does get good later on with his EX plus. He's not bad. Vivi's not bad. I mean, pair him up with like Rosa and Lulu once they get their EX pluses and LCs come back, and Vivi will be good. Vivi will do all right. But Thancred, unfortunately, he has yet to see some type of rework or EX plus, so yeah, there was a time where Thancred was the top tier DPS unit, but unfortunately that time has passed and nothing really on the horizon. So if you guys do get a free EX weapon, hey, you guys get a free EX weapon. If you get VVs, you have something to look forward to during the burst era. Now the other banner that we will be receiving is of course with Balthier and Cait Sith. Both of their weapons are realizable, and that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice, and this is the main prize. All right, friends, Let's get into it. Let's talk about the very first unit, Balthier. He is essentially a ranged attacker. He is a Crystal Affinity yellow type character. Is anybody else having trouble acquiring T5's yellow crystals? Because I am, and I have this guy. I have Tifa on the horizon. Why are a lot of the yellow crystals pretty good? Ramza, Lilithset. Gosh damn. Anywho, now Balthier, he's interesting. His kit is very simple. It's very simple. Shoot and steal stuff. That's it. But let's look at his kit, friends. It's not gonna end just like that. So his first ability, Snatch Shot, medium chance of stealing a random buff, right? With his 15 CP weapon, Albaran, I don't know. It increases the success rate of stealing a buff from the enemy, and it will extend its duration, just higher potency. And with his Crystal 55 passive, this is where it starts getting interesting. More brave hits, AoE, and this will grant him a stack of Way of the Sky Pirate for 8 turns, and the max stacks is at 3. Now the way this works is he gets a buff per stack, maximum of 3. So at the first stack, he grants himself physical attack up, 2 stacks max brave up, and at 3 stacks, he gets attack up. This is pretty nice because he's now buffing himself. He is making himself hit harder, and this is all essentially in a frame buff, so you can buff him up with other characters to make him hit even more harder. Now, the fun stuff about this is with Way of the Sky Pirate at 3 stacks, his Snatch Shot will turn into Snatch Shot Plus, which is just more brave potency, more brave hits, and 120% max brave overflow, which isn't the greatest. It's something, right? It's something. Now, while Way of the Sky Pirate is active, his brave attack will turn into brave attack plus, just more brave hits. He will grant himself an additional stack of Way of the Sky Pirate if Way of the Sky Pirate is active. Now, do keep in mind though that this will not refresh the turns. This will just grant him an additional stack. So if you're on the last turn of this and you just brave attack, you won't refresh the turns. You will lose all your stacks and you'll have to start all over. But luckily, both of his abilities can grant him stacks, so it's not very hard to get back up there. Unlike Noctis, if you lose all 5 of his stacks, you're screwed, right? Now, along with this, now Brave Attack Plus has a medium probability of stealing a random buff from the target. Now, one thing I did fail to mention is right over here, if you break a target, if target is broken, you will grant an additional stack of Way of the Sky Pirate. So Snatch Shot has the potential of granting you 2 stacks of Way of the Sky Pirate. All right, friends, now let's take a look at his Crystal Strength level 20 skill. Great aim, medium chance of stealing a random buff. He will raise his own brave by 1.3 before inflicting an HP attack. Now his 35 CP weapon, this is where it gets interesting. He will remove 3 debuffs from himself. So now he's essentially cleansing himself. He's a debuff cleanser. So he's a buff stealer and a debuff cleanser, but just for himself, not for the party. He's very selfish. So this is for himself. And he will increase the amount of buffs that he can sell by 2, extend the durations, and just increase success rate. Now with his crystal, wrong button. So his crystal strength 60, he just gets more uses. He gets more brave multiplier. He will be able to grant himself a stack of Way of the Sky Pirate, again for 8 turns and max 3. He will get an additional stack if attacking a broken target, or if target is broken. And while Way of the Sky Pirate 3 is active, Great Aiming turns into Great Aiming Plus, which will have brave hits, more potency, and 120% max brave overflow. Now, his additional ability, Steel Brave Attack, will lower the target's brave by 3/5 and add it to his own brave, which, this is nice. It's a gravity effect. It will come in very handy with bosses that have massive amounts of brave, which is pretty nice. So I could potentially see you guys taking the Bloomstone for this, just for that reason alone. He will increase his attack, and he will raise his brave based on max brave. So let me quickly look at his Bloomstone. He will be able to use it an additional time, and he will increase the duration of the buffs by 2 turns. Now let's take a look at his EX weapon, Vega. Now Vega gives him access to the EX ability, Fires of War. Now, this is a 100% HP AoE attack. He does have brave hits in there. He will remove all debuffs from himself. So this is another way for himself to essentially remove all forms of debuffs. Now I'm looking at this, and right off the mind, one of the actually dimensions and entropy stages that comes to mind for this is tier 6, because in tier 6 those waves are focused on debuffing your party. And there's 2 waves that have Malboro. So Balthier could potentially be used on T6 if you are not going to be using him on T5. T5 are essentially mannequins that buff themselves they have pretty good buffs, so to say. So you can either take Balthier to T5 and steal those buffs, or you could take Balthier to T6 and essentially cleanse the debuffs from himself. Now this will randomly steal a buff from the target, same as the rest of his abilities. Grant himself Snatch for 6 turns. This will raise attack and max brave overflow limit, and it will also lower all enemies' attack and max brave. That's pretty nice. He's got a debuff built into his frame buff. Awesome. Now at 1/3, just more brave damage. At 2/3, slightly raises recast speed of Fires of War. So that's not bad, because it's at normal, then it'll go to like slightly fast. And then at 3/3, he will now get his HP attack plus. Now Vega plus. Should you guys take this to 3 out of 3 after you realize it? If you're going to realize it and you want Balthier to do more AoE damage, yes, 3 out of 3. Because, at 0/3, Stolen Brave can overflow up to 120%. That's not a lot. At 1/3, he will increase his max brave and attack. At 2/3, he will grant himself a stack of Way of the Sky Pirate and grant himself stack for 6 turns. But at 3/3, he will increase the brave hits, tremendously raise the total brave potency, and he will increase the max brave overflow limit. Now, this being at a faster recast speed, because again, we're at normal, and at 2/3, he will increase the recast speed of this, so it should be like slightly fast. Now imagine kind of like Agrius's or Titus's EX ability with that 100% AoE HP damage. Same concept. This will be coming up faster, so he can essentially help take out multiple bosses during chaos fights. And finally, his bonus sphere is all break bonus up. After a party member breaks an enemy, raises break bonus gained by 50%. That's not bad. It's okay. No, don't use that. Don't use that. Alright friends, now let's take a look at the other unit who will be getting an EX weapon, and that will be Cait Sith. Cait Sith's main role, he's a support type character. He's an attacker, support, blue crystal affinity character. Now his 2 abilities are Toy Soldier and Mog Dance. Toy Soldier is his offensive ability, which does AoE brave plus HP attack. You don't have to worry about this right here because of his 15 CP weapon. His 15 CP weapon will allow his Toy Soldier to start off at Toy Soldier Plus. Now, when you are at 6 or more party buffs, Toy Soldier Plus will turn into Toy Soldier plus plus, which will just have even more brave potency. Now, I did fail to mention right here, he will grant himself a small physical attack up, so he will be hitting harder. And he will also improve the effects of physical attack up with his 15 CP weapon, right here. Now, his Crystal 55 passive will just increase the brave potency, more overflow, a better physical attack up buff increase. He will trigger an AoE HP attack, this is where it's at, but the HP damage is split equally amongst all targets. Now, before, there was essentially he had to be at 80% of his max brave for the HP attack to be triggered. That has been removed. Thank goodness. That has been removed, so he can trigger an HP attack every time he uses Toy Soldier. Now, his Crystal Strength 20 skill, Mog Dance, is his party buff ability. Now, this will grant the party Cheerful Gift. Again, same concept right here. You don't have to worry about this portion right here because with his 35 CP weapon, Mog Dance will become Mog Dance Plus, which will improve the effects of Max Brave Up, Attack Up, Cheerful Gift, and Extended Durations, lower action delay. Now, when he's at 6 or more buffs for the party, he will get Mog Dance Plus Plus, which this is where he grants Small Attack Up, Max Brave Up, Cheerful Gift for 6 turns, and Cheerful Gift increases attack and grants HP regen to the party. Now, his Crystal Strength 60 ability will raise the party brave based on his max brave. While Cheerful Gift is active, it will turn his brave attack into Brave Attack Plus, which are 2 brave hits, better brave potency, and it will raise the party brave based on max brave. His additional ability, All Brave Rejuvenate Advance, will raise the party's brave based on max brave and give the party just better max brave overflow limit for 3 turns. This isn't bad. I mean, his Bloomstone will increase its use by 1 and increase the duration of Brave Heal Advance All. This is okay. I think if you were to pick between Balthier and Cait Sith, I would give it to Balthier just because of the gravity-like effect for against the Chaos bosses, which I value just a little bit more. And his Cheerful Gift already has Brave Regen built in. His second ability, Mog Dance, he's already battering the party. So just for that reason, I would probably save the Bloomstone for another unit. And finally, let's take a look at his EX weapon, Battle Trumpet. Now, this will grant him access to the EX ability dice, which he does use in the actual Final Fantasy VII game. So I can't wait to see him use this in Final Fantasy VII Remake. Now, he will throw out dice. You will see him on the battlefield throw out dice. Now, his brave potency is based off of the value of these 5 dice. So the 5 dice, like any die, is from 1 through 6. So if all the dice are at 6, he's gonna be hitting really, really hard. Overflow for this is at 150%, which isn't bad at all. HP damage is split amongst all enemies, and he will grant himself access to a unique buff called Dice. Dice will raise the party Imp Brave and grants Brave Regen to the party, so another source of Brave Regen. Now at 1-3, just more Brave damage dealt with Dice. So at 2-3, it will slightly increase the recast speed, and at 3-3, this is where he gets his HP attack plus now, which is a 1-hit melee Brave plus HP attack, and this will raise the allies' Brave based on HP damage dealt. For his Battle Trumpet Plus at 0-3, more Brave potency, more overflow limit. At 1-3, he will increase his max brave and attack. He will grant himself access to his unique buff called Dice. At 2-3, when the quest starts, he grants max brave up, small attack up, cheerful gift to the party. So essentially anything Mog Dance, he grants it to the party at the start of the quest. And at 3-3, greatly raises total brave potency, moderately raises max brave overflow limit. Should you take him to 3 out of 3, unless you really like him, and save the ingots for another character. So his bonus sphere is buff boost all, so when there are 3 or more buffs active, raises party max rate by 5%. That's pretty low. I mean, it is a party buff. Usually when it's party buffs, they will be on the lower end, but that's still pretty low. Feels like 10%. Okay, awesome for the entire party, but it's only 5%. Now, I did fail to mention this with Balthier in regards to what passives you should take for him, so let me cover him right away before I go upon Cait Sith. Attack 108, max rate 330, and that's going to be pretty much the same thing for Cait Sith. He really, his C50 isn't, it's alright. It raises int brave and max brave by 5% with 2 or more buffs active, but now that toy soldier doesn't have a brave restriction, brave requirement, I would say focus attack 108, max brave 330, and save Mach Fever for last. Even still, I mean, if you could get attack 108 and max brave 330, those are the high priority. But Mach Fever boost, it's not bad to have. I mean, he does have a little bit max brave right here by 5%, 15% total to his int brave. Also, this will help out his brave regen also, which isn't bad, but I would focus attack 108 and max brave 330. Now, the question that we're all asking ourselves is, should we pull on this banner? Now, if you're basing this off of Fujin alone, no, skip Fujin. I'm just kidding. Fujin, she does get good later on, much later on. At the moment, not yet. Now, this banner, it's not a bad banner to pull on. Now, I would base it off of some other units that you could potentially have. If you have Ferris or Vanille, and you already have someone like Rosa who is on the horizon. Her lost chapter is actually this month, and she is also a party buffer. She is a support type character and she has nice int brave and attack up passives for the party, and she could essentially re-raise the party. If their party members die, they'll come back to life immediately. I might skip out on this banner because, again, if you have Ferris and or Vanille, you already have your Dispellers there. Now, if you don't have any of them, I would say this banner, at least throw 50 to 100 tickets, give or take, if you don't get anything from the free multi-draw, because they're not bad units to have, especially Balthier. Balthier, he is very usable in T5 at Dimension's End with those mannequins, and he can steal their buffs and make them his own. And I guess that's just in any chaos fight in general, especially like someone for example like the Ifrit chaos boss fight. He gives himself quite the defense up buff. Balthier can steal that and make it his own. Balthier has his EX ability charges at a pretty decent rate, so he could dish out some really nice 100% AoE HP attack. Cait Sith, he's there for the support, but he is essentially a physical support compared to Rosa, who's again this month, who is a magic type support. So if you're looking for a physical melee type support unit, hey, Cait Sith is the unit for you. He's not bad. Again, he's got healing built into his kit. He's got party buffs built into his kit. You can take him to Dimensions End. He'll be very useful for you. But at the same token, like these guys, just later down the line, they don't get any type of LD weapons in the burst era, so they will be at their peak. Right now, of course, you could always make them stronger, like Balthier, pair him up with other attack type buffers later down the line. He'll still be viable, so it's not a bad banner to pull on, friends. But again, if you have Ferris, Vanille, and if you have Rosa and you're gonna wait for them, maybe skip out on this one, friends. But at the end of the day, it's not a bad banner to pull on. Me personally, I'm gonna throw at least like 100 to 150 tickets because I want Balthier. I need that buff stealer. I would love Cait Sith on the roster. I like Final Fantasy VII. He's an alright unit. We all remember Cait Sith back in the day during the 35 CP era. If you guys were around during that time, Cait Sith was a top tier support. So if I get his EX weapon, I'll show him some love. I'll try to realize it if I have enough bucks, and we'll see where we go from there. Alright, friends, that is it for this video, friends. Let me know down below in the comments what you guys think about Balthier, Cait Sith. Are you guys gonna pull for them? Well, of course, everybody's gonna be pulling at least once because we all get free multi-draws. But after that, are you guys gonna chase? Now, also keep in mind, friends, that if you're undecided if you want to go 2 ham on here, just keep in mind that later this month that we will be getting essentially an exclusive first. So now might be the time to try to save on your resources because we don't know who it's going to be yet, but they will be revealed during the next Square Enix stream. So this could potentially help you decide if you do want to go in on this banner. All right, friends? So again, let me know down below in the comments. And until next time, friends, good luck and have a good one.